Hey guys, Azulin here with an early access review of Dead Cells. Dead Cells is an action-packed metroidvania-style platformer with rogue-lite elements. It's currently in its beta phase of early access on Steam. There isn't much of the story that's revealed yet, and the couple dialogue scenes that you do get to experience are very brief. Essentially, you meet someone and then set out to explore a vast world populated by tons of enemies. The fluid, fast-paced combat makes up the core gameplay, and thankfully Dead Cells has excellent combat. It's very challenging, and the threat of permadeath is always there. Encountering new enemies is nerve-wracking because you don't know what they're capable of yet, and it will undoubtedly take practice to become efficient at killing each enemy type. There are a good variety of enemies with unique attacks, and each level has a different set of enemies to fight. There are elite enemies as well, but they're usually just more powerful and faster than their non-elite versions, and they can be really scary to fight, especially in close quarters. There are only 2 bosses available right now, but holy crap, that second boss is insanely difficult. To be successful in combat, you'll need to pay attention and learn enemy patterns, and keep your fingers crossed and hope you get some good loot. It is possible to be one-shotted, but that only happened to me when I didn't unlock enough health upgrades during those runs. Death will be a common occurrence though, so if you don't like dying, then you probably shouldn't play Dead Cells. Speaking of dying, no matter how many times I died, I never found the game to be frustrating. Not once did I feel that my deaths were unfair. It was always my own fault, for either misjudging the enemies or just outright sucking and screwing something up. The controls are very tight and responsive. The keyboard controls are fully customizable, but I highly recommend playing Dead Cells with a controller. Timing your jumps, attacks, skills, and iframes are a major key to success, and they're a hell of a lot easier to do with a controller. The levels, mobs, and loot are all procedurally generated. There are a lot of weapons, skills, and stat upgrades to find as you play. During each run of the game, the loot and stat bonuses you acquire are only going to last during that run, so when you die, you lose it all. However, there is some permanent progression that you work towards every time you complete a level. As you play, you collect cells, and before moving on to the next level, you spend all of those cells on permanent upgrades such as health potions to use or damage boosts for each weapon. There are also some other abilities that you can learn that stay with you through death as well. These different abilities allow you to take new paths that you couldn't get to before when you first started the game. Really hardcore players might not like this progression, but as someone who dies a lot, I am so glad that there's something to work towards that helps me out and lets me get a little bit further with each attempt. Graphics-wise, I love the pixel style art. The environments are interesting and the level designs are visually diverse. There's a good amount of distinct looking enemies, but there are a few that look similar to other enemies that have either been reskinned or resized. The sound effects are done well, and I like the music too. It seemed to change in each level, but I found that when I was really focused on the combat, I admit that I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to the soundtrack. I've played the game over 9 hours so far, and dying a lot is inevitable. The procedural generation offers a good amount of replay value, and there are 11 different levels that you might encounter. If you get stuck though, you might start to find those early levels repetitive, but you can choose to take alternate routes and go through another level entrance instead. Overall, Dead Cells is a lot of fun, but it's definitely a challenging game. The permadeath can be very punishing, and you will die a lot. With that being said, the gameplay is not frustrating. Chances are that you'll only have yourself to blame for failing. Permanent progression does help out a small amount for those who continuously struggle, but in the end you will need to get good if you want to succeed. I really enjoyed my time playing Dead Cells, and I look forward to what content they add to it next. If you want to check out the alpha demo version of Dead Cells, I'll post a link to my gameplay in the description below. I hope my early access review has helped you. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and post your feedback in the comments below. Thanks everyone, and have a wonderful day.